We have reached the point where we will welcome Evolabel to stage. We have Representative Mikael Holmberg here, together with Martin Lundqvist, from QCM, and our own PDSVISION, Martin Toreskog. Welcome up on stage.
Thank you very much. So, welcome to our presentation about Evolabel's rapid PLM journey. And my name is Michael, and I'm doing this together with my team here, Martin from QCM and PDSVISION. And we're doing this to show how we have worked in our team and what the benefits are in this journey. And this journey started a year ago in a company without a specific PLM strategy. And it takes off today when we have deployed some core PLM functionality and built a foundation to expand upon. And this journey has been a lot about the people and the processes, from the background analysis to understand where we come from, through the mapping process and into the implementation. But more about that in a minute. First off, what is Evolabel? Well, we develop and manufacture print and apply equipment for industrial labeling applications. Our core product is the printer, which prints information on adhesive labels. But we also have a range of applicator, which is the machine part that take the label and put it on the products. And our product offer is built around a modular design with a lot of options and variants in order to cover a wide range of use cases. And together with our design philosophy, we're able to offer a highly specialized product, which also is compact in size and has among the highest performance on the market. We develop all of the hardware ourselves, including the electronics and the software, in order to have full control of its operation. But also to be able to integrate a lot of the designs and to make a product that is very safe and easy to use. And in all, a very premium product. We do all the final assembly in-house, but use local subcontractors for different highly specialized parts, such as our electronics platform. And as a whole, our product structures has a lot of complexity and depth in order to the product structures has a lot of complexity and depth on our end in terms of how they can be configured and how we assemble them. And we are 60 people strong team together with our own production and our internal sales team. And we share the same lovely office here. And we are able to have a global presence by working closely with different sales partners. And this is companies that are specialized on their parts of the market that can add customer value and that has a local presence and that manage installation and support. But we also work with different machinery manufacturers, and this is companies that integrates our machine into theirs. For example, a packing machine. And we support them with the different softwares for connectivity and integration. And the end customer range from different producing industries to logistics centers and e-commerce. And in terms of complexity, we have a lot of requirements in terms of standards and product compliance that we need to manage. And this relates to that we have a lot of different sales items, but also that we need to keep track of individual parts in terms of compliance. Evolabel has been a very successful company over the years, and we have seen a lot of growth. and we are now a key player in the market. And our approach has enabled us to take existing market shares, but also new ones, by working closely with our customers and by understanding their problems, but also by being bold in our commitments. And we believe that this has been made possible by our approach, which is simplicity through technology. And this boils down to that we are working focused with different things. One being innovation, by questioning how things should be done, and by working with new technologies in order to stay relevant to our customers. One being that we always prioritize existing customers first. For example, in our daily priorities, in our support efforts, and by working with requested product improvements and customizations. And we try to be good people to work with and grow together with our customers. And we have also been able to maintain a free thinking and open and work environment where we challenge each other and where we work together with complex challenges and make intelligent solutions. And our agile and fast development process has been supported with only a PDM system this far. In my daily work, I work as a configuration and release manager, which is a new role going in this transition. I also work with implementing PLM together with these guys and some colleagues. And my background is as a mechanical engineer, where I have been working with PTC's products and together with PDSVISION from the start, basically. So selecting the platform for PLM was an easy decision for us going in this journey. Next, I would like my teammates to give some context before we go into the exact starting point of this journey.
Thank you, Mikael. My name is Martin Lundqvist. I come from a small company called QCM. We are 15 senior consultants working within digitalization and PLM and configuration management. We are part of a bigger company called Q Group, which has some 850 consultants and in many different areas within IT and software and so on. Well, you see most of the team right here. Our CDO, Chief Duck Officer, unfortunately left after this picture was taken, but otherwise we have lots of fun in this team. One thing to mention here, even if we are now working with the PTC suite of system, is that we are actually system agnostic. So we work with any teams because we work from the perspective of the business and the perspective of the people at our customers. We work with customers in all sizes and within most industries and even public sector from time to time. Large sizes to small sizes. Evolabel is actually not the smallest customer we have had, but we are also working with really big ones, as you can see here. We are also involved in research projects within sustainability and how to use digitalization and PLM to enhance the work with sustainability. And the roles we are often taking is subject matter expert or project management in change projects. And my role in this project with Evolabel has been like a project manager / change manager / educator / a little bit of everything actually. And we often work with other vendors, for example.
Not as good as us, of course.
No, of course not. But we work with any vendor, as I said, since we are system agnostic. But in this project, we have the great opportunity to work with PDSVISION. So I will hand this over to you now, Martin.
Thank you, Martin. So my name is Martin. I've been with PDSVISION for 19 years now. Actually, before it was called PDSVISION, we were 3 back then. So I've been in various Windchill projects over the years. And a typical project at PDSVISION often starts with an initiative, either from the customer or together with us. It could be CAD, it could be parts, EBOMs, document management, MBOMs, and so on. So after that initiative is defined, so to speak, a process of meetings and workshops and so on start. And that is, the purpose of that is to sort of get the buy-in from the customer and from the management team to actually go ahead and do something. So once that is in place, we can then start to detail the requirements and estimate the project and then eventually deliver the project. So the situation here at Evolabel is a little bit different because QCM and Evolabel had already done the pre-work. So they had defined all the initiatives. They had defined the roadmap in which order these initiatives would be implemented. So we could basically shortcut this process and start with the requirements and estimates and projects to deliver on that roadmap. So PDSVISION has been more of a delivery role in this case. So we basically interpreted the requirements from Martin and his team and, of course, Michael, into Windchill specific requirements and then, of course, delivered the projects. So it's been a really interesting and fun journey, I would say. Mikael, you can perhaps tell a little bit about the background.
Yes. So, back in 2022, we had a lot of positive trends going on, but we also saw increasing complexity. And we have had good growth and good interest from the market, especially from larger entities. But we had also added a lot of product variants which needed to be managed in our systems. And we had maintained technology leadership, but we also saw our competitors gaining because we had lost focus in our R&D process. And our processes hadn't grown in the same pace as our company had. We had also maintained our employees and our core values, which are very important to us. But we had also added a lot of new roles and people which depended on the product data and the different systems and our work instructions. So we realized that growing further in this context meant a lot of risks. And this was, as I said, due to ineffective work procedures, underdeveloped processes, and information islands between our systems, and mainly our ERP and our PDM system. However, solution-oriented and brave as our founders are, this led into a new expansive 5-year goal where we would leverage on the positives and manage the challenges. And that is to become the largest supplier within our business within 5 years. And we would do this with the key strategy to build on customer trust through high quality on all levels. And this also means that we had to increase our production capacity with a large amount, besides that we had to develop a lot of capabilities. So the big question was, how are we going to achieve this? At that time, we had made contact with a strategic advisor who would help us in this journey. And together we developed our strategy, connecting it with our new goals and our existing core values. And we realized that we needed to change. Sorry. This meant that we had to reshape our organization and that we had to rebuild our processes and that we had to find the tools to support this. And we knew that PLM was something which connected a lot of these areas, which has the best practices and information models that we needed. But we needed help to get started with this, because we wanted to go to the bottom of our challenges and evaluate and find our pain points and put the processes and the people in the center. So that was the time when we got in contact with QCM through a strong recommendation. So Martin, over to you. How did you support us in this journey?
Thank you, Mikael. Yes, what we do at QCM as a first step when we get into a customer like Evolabel is always to start with a pre-study. Just we need to understand the company. What are they doing? What are the people? What are the products and so on? So we start with meeting people in all organizations and to understand the assist situation. At Evolabel, we actually met, I think, almost half of the people in the company. We interviewed them just to understand what are you doing, what are your pain points, what is working well, because that's really important. We also analyze the products, what are the complexities in the products. It's mechanics, electronics, software, and so on. How much of each? What are you doing? What are someone else doing? What IT systems do you have today? And we also dig through a lot of documentation. From this, we produce an information flow model, which is not meant that you should read everything here because it's complicated. But it shows how information flows in the company, between system, between people, and if it's manual, if it's integrated so it is automatic, what kind of information it is, and where things are mastered. So you can see there is a lot of green stuff here. That's actually attributes which are mastered in a specific system. We also list a whole bunch of findings. A lot of challenges, but also a lot of good stuff. From this, we create a recommendation for how to move on, how to move Evolabel into the future. We look at what configuration management and PLM concepts needs to be introduced. Do you need, for example, to start work with the E-bombs and M-bombs, S-bombs? Do you look into life cycles of parts? Do you need a new ID number? Yes. Start to use revisions and so on, all from the basics and up to the complicated. We look at what is needed to be done. We also look at what processes are there and what do we need to develop. We look at the information standard, which is more or less a rule book for how to use information within the company. The rule book, the blue one up there, is the thing that guides people in the processes and how to use the systems. So they should use the same information rules. And then we also create a recommended implementation plan, where we try to start with a balance with foundation which is stable, but with some quick wins, as we will see here, and also a stable long-term improvements. Starting the project, it's only one, luckily, even though Evolabel had a lot of projects going on at the same time. We are setting up a project group, some steering group, to make sure that the right people knows the right things. We appoint champions, such as Mikael in his CM role, but the champion is a key person from each organization that is affected by the change. So they are the ones who are communicating with the organization and their colleagues within, for example, mechanics or electronics. And so we don't need to talk to everyone all the time, but we have these champions that should be knowledgeable and so within the PLM projects. Then we start the change journey with education, workshops going through, okay, what will your CM and PLM rules be, and how will you work with the information and data? And that's when we're starting to set that is when we contact PDSVISION, because they should help us implement this in a system.
Yes. As I think you said it before, previously Evolabel used Creo and Windchill Essentials, which was basically only CAD data management. So we migrated them to Windchill, PDM Link. And what we've done in the first phase here is to introduce parts and engineering bill of materials. As Martin said, we've actually switched the numbering sequence, so we've been working with that. Also the ability to retrieve numbers from Windchill outside of Windchill to be able to create part numbers outside. We also added a lot of attributes to the parts that were missing. We've also introduced parts classifications and SUMA, or supplier management, to be able to manage the supplier part numbers and suppliers. We've introduced a light sort of change management process, including problem reports and change notices. And we've also have a sort of light integration to their ERP system. So we basically send part information, not bombs at this point. So in the next phase, we're currently looking at a pre-study of MBOMs and process plans in order to create work instructions. We will look at service bill of materials and spare part portals. Since you have a lot of configuration, we will also look at options and variants to be able to configure the products in Windchill. We will build upon the change process, detailing that more, and also a full ERP integration. And we've done this in quite a short amount of time, I would say. Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, managing change within Evolabel is about different things. We needed to change how we view of product data and how it fits into our processes. And we came from a very CAD-focused view, and now we needed to see the part-centric view with the different objects and how they are related. We also needed to decide where we store the master data in different aspects, from the ERP into from the PLM into the ERP, for example. And we also needed to set up and store documents, all the product-related documents in Windchill, so we could build our processes on that, and so we could increase our control of the documents. Besides migrating and building the capabilities in Windchill, we needed to clean all the existing information that we had in our information islands. A large part was because the different challenges we have from manufacturing and from the engineering side, and how the bill of materials are built up. So we have put a lot of work into that. And this is really important in order to be able to use our integration going forward. And this has been the most time-consuming tasks, yes, even if we are not a very large company. When deploying new capabilities, we have tried to have a clear plan, but not too fixed in time. And we're doing it gradually. And we are also using test environments on both ends. And we will also deploy the two core processes, rebuilt processes at this stage, which is the product development process and the change process. And we're doing that so we can verify the support in our PLM system. And we are launching a pilot project this month, where we have support from both QCM and PDSVISION. And regarding the people side, which also is very important, we are very lucky to have an open and accepting work culture. And this goes in line that we are having good communication, and that it's initiated from top management. And we try to involve our users early. Besides the champions, we also have workshops with all the users, so they can come with feedback. And we are also having good open communication with our different managers, so we can set the priorities against other projects. So within 1 year now, we have analyzed our business. We had set up the plan, and we have started to implement PLM within our organization. And I believe this has been possible thanks to how we have worked together in our team. And Evolabel has been very satisfied with this setup. We will try to keep the whole picture in mind going forward, the 5-year picture. We will adapt our solutions and our priorities along the way. And our collaboration will continue going forward. But we will also take time to get comfortable in our new clothes and find our new ways. With that, now I believe Evolabel has built the foundation to secure quality and to build customer trust and to become the largest supplier within print and apply in 5 years. So with those last words, I would like to say thank you and open for questions.